Hi, I'm Dave from Dave's Hot Chicken, and you can find me on Bootleg Kev's podcast.
Bootleg Kev podcast, special guest in here. I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself. We have the guys behind the best hot chicken I've ever had. Dave's Hot Chicken, legendary place.
Much love.
What's up, guys?
I'm Armon. I'm one of the founders.
Dave, chef, founder.
So you're Dave,
Yeah,
Armand and Dave.
we're
Armon and Dave, yeah.
Dave
and
from
together
Dave's
we're
Hot
Daves.
Chicken.
Yeah, together it is. Yeah, Dave from Dave's Hot Chicken.
Well, let's get started. Like, first of all, you guys are blowing up everywhere. You guys are kind of like the quintessential hot chicken place in America.
Yeah.
When people come to LA and they always ask me, the rappers will be like, yo, where do I go? I always just send them to Dave's on Lakersham. I'm like, I was like, you guys want some quick, good shit? Go to Dave's right here. I'm like, you kind
That's
of,
why all the rappers are coming.
like, you got to have Dave's. So how did you guys originally, well, first of all, how did you guys meet?
We actually met on Dave's birthday. So I think we were like 13 or 14 years old. I didn't know him. We met through a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm going to my friend Dave's birthday. He's like, his last name's Capuchin. I'm like, that's a cool last name. I'm like, I want to be friends with somebody named Capuchin.
Right.
So I went to his birthday, we met, and literally just like
was the
started hanging
vibe.
out the next day. Yeah.
And ever since then, you guys been locked in.
Yeah, we've been homies since then. Yeah, for
Nice.
sure.
And you guys are both Armenian, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We lived close too. We lived in Hollywood at the time.
Yeah, like 5 minutes away. So,
Yeah.
we're
So you guys were like kind of like already in the same area.
Yeah. And dude, so Dave, like, ever since I met him, he was like a culinary guy, right? He's all in the food. Like, you see him, this guy like a stack of like cookbooks with him, and he
I
was
was
like,
a chef.
yeah, it was like a
working in lot
mad
of
scientist of food, you know. So
Wow.
so he was definitely in it for a while. And at the time, I was a aspiring actor, you know. I wanted to be an actor.
course.
Living in Hollywood. Who
You got the
doesn't?
look.
I try, man. I got the look. I'm lacking the talent. No, I'm just kidding. But
But yeah,
you know, so we were like, you know.
we just
Really?
wanted to do business together. honestly.
Ever since then, we're like, dude, we got to do something together.
Make
you
some
know?
money. Like
Yeah.
that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
So food has like been your passion, cooking and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So why? Because I feel like you guys, because there's like a new, like hot chicken's always been a thing, but there's like this new,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everywhere you go now, there's a hot
craze.
chicken spot.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the valley.
Yeah.
I feel like every other corner there's a new like
you gotta have
fake
hot chicken.
Dave's popping up.
Right.
Wherever you fucking go. Like I was
Dave's not chicken.
I was at the Glendale Mall in the new spot, and there's a hot chicken place. I was like, look at this,
yeah.
it's fucking
Yeah,
just popping up
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
You had it too, but you guys are very responsible for like a trend in like restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Why hot chicken?
I mean, it's a pretty crazy story. I mean,
Yeah, go for
so hot chicken started kind of like we've always been a big fan of fried chicken, right?
Right.
So hot chicken kind of started getting trending in LA. You know, one of the chefs had it in Nashville, brought it down to LA. And me and Dave tried it, and immediately, I mean, we fell in love with it, right? We're like, dude, this is so good. And we're like, well, dude, you know, you're a chef. You know, I have like a little bit of background in marketing. I'm pretty good, you know, social media, whatever. I'm like, what if we got together and we made a recipe, and you know, what if we tried to like get in on this trend? But the funny thing is, like at the time, we were obviously dead broke. You know, Dave is working at a restaurant that doesn't pay anything.
Right.
I'm doing acting, which doesn't pay anything,
Right.
right? And then we had a third friend named Tommy who I met in kindergarten. So the three of us linked up and we're like, all right, well, why don't we just work on a recipe for now, right? Like, okay, we don't have money for something. Let's just work on a recipe. So we go to Dave's house every day, and our day was just like, you know, we finish up work, go to Dave's house, you know, start cooking up food in his kitchen, you know, buy just the ingredients and cook it. And we might have done this for like 5 months where we just worked on a recipe.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And then one day the recipe was kind of done, right? And there's only so much you can do. And so we're like sitting there at Dave's house, like, all right, well, we have the food, but like, what do we do? Like, we have no money, you know? Like, how do we get this out there? Like, how do we sell this to people, right? So our friend Tommy's like, what if we try like a pop up? You know, we could do some sort of like pop up, just pop up somewhere. And another one of our friends is like, yeah, he's like, I know a lot of people that do that. He's like, they'll pop up at places, they'll wrap their stuff up at night, and then they'll just leave. So we're like, all right, well, we could probably get together a pop up, right? So we started scrapping together a little bit of money, dude, and we literally we scrapped together $900. That's all we can get. Dave took his last check, $300.
Yeah.
I had like a few $100 saved up. Tommy's like, I'll put in the rest, whatever we need. So we went to Target. You know, we bought like a little canopy. We went on Craigslist and whatever. We bought a little fryer. We took some tables from our parents' houses and some chairs, and we
Literally just popped up one day, right?
Yeah. Tommy linked up with this guy that he used to work with, and he offered to give us like one little spot in a parking lot. It was literally one spot in a public parking lot.
Wow.
So we set up our shop over there, posted on social media that we're open, and our first night we were like $40. Obviously, it's just a bunch of kids in a parking lot. And then, we just, started like pushing on social media. We knew we had a good product. We started, we'd run around the block screaming, we got chicken, we got chicken. We were literally screaming, hey, we got chicken, come buy some chicken.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then we got noticed. We got written up in an article. We got written up in Eater LA. And this guy wrote an insane article about us for the LA.
What year is this?
This is 2017.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then, dude, we get to the pop up the next day after. I
lived here in 2017.
Yeah, it was on Hollywood Boulevard, dude. It was right on
Hollywood and Normandy.
Yeah, do you know where Jumbo's Clown Room is?
Yeah,
by chance?
yeah.
It was literally across the street. We'd go to the line. We'd go to the Jumbo's line and hand out samples to people. Like, hey, you'll come get some chicken.
Yeah.
And then the next day there was like 90 people in our pop up, like waiting for us when we got there.
What?
And that was early. That was like the first week we were there.
Yeah, it was like 5 days in.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get a buzz.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're kind of like the talk of the town.
Yeah.
Where's your first brick and mortar location? Where's that at?
That's on Western.
Yeah, close by. It was like a mile away.
Yeah. So I think pretty early on we realized
7 months into it.
Yeah, and then we realized like, yo, this is pretty big. Like if we're pretty responsible with this, like we could really blow it up and we could be really professional. So we started getting really disciplined, and every dollar we make, we'd invest back into the pop up until we couldn't anymore, and then every other dollar after that kind of just went to saving up to like get a brick and mortar.
Hey, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our folks at MyBookie. That's right, baby. Super Bowl's coming. Well, in a month or so. We got the playoffs right now. You could get those future bets in on who you think out of this barrage of teams that made it to the playoffs is going to win the Super Bowl. You could bet player props. We can go NBA action on them. So much ways to make money with all the sports going on, and you could do it all at MyBookie right now. If you go to MyBookie and you sign up for a new account, use the promo code Bootleg, and they will match your first deposit up to $1,000. You know what's dope about MyBookie? Not only can you bet on your favorite sports, but you could also get a little blackjack going, little slot machines and that thing. A little roulette. So much ways to get paid on MyBookie. The most important thing is, though, if you sign up and you use the promo code Bootleg at MyBookie, go to MyBookie. Use the promo code Bootleg, and they're going to match your first deposit up to $1,000 right fucking now. Listen, I'm a degenerate, but I'm pretty good at this. I've been using MyBookie for like 10 years. All right? Very trusted. They're the best. Trust me, they are the fucking best. Wherever you're at, if you're watching this, you can sign up for a MyBookie account. One more time, that's MyBookie. Use the promo code Bootleg, and they will double your first deposit up to $1,000. Free fucking money. Let's get to it. All right, boys, back to the interview. So at this time, you have the sauce concoction, the fries.
Yeah, we got all that down like
Everything.
early. Yep.
Yeah.
We kept it the same until now.
Well, what I like about it too is like you guys have a simple menu. I feel like all the great spots is like, let's not overthink this.
Yeah.
Like when you go to In-N-Out Burger,
Exactly.
they got burgers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go to Dave's Hot Chicken. How do you want your chicken? You want it? You want a chicken finger or you want it on a slider? Which one do you want?
Exactly.
So you guys don't overthink it, but it is kind of interesting. Like, at what point in time does it? Because you guys are a staple now. When did you start to feel that as like owners of the business, where you were kind of like, oh, we're kind of like a part of the food culture in LA now? Like,
It's funny, man. It happened really early at the parking lot. All my friends started talking about like, damn, you guys blew up, and like, yeah, man, just people were stoked.
Yeah, I think I've seen our parents there looking at the pop-up, seeing all the people in line, the response to the food. There's this funny story we like to tell. There was a night, because we'd open up at 7 o'clock. You'd have to get your order in within like an hour to 2 hours because we'd sell out really fast. So we'd have like people like running in at night, like, yo, you guys got any more chicken? And we're like, no. One time some guy was like, bro, he's like, can I buy some crumbs off you guys? And we're like, crumbs? We're like, dude, what is this? Like, how serious is this like chicken addiction to people that they want to buy crumbs? And from there, we were like, dude, this is big, dude. Like, this is not just like something small. Like, we definitely have to be disciplined. We definitely have to make the right moves, or else we don't want to mess this up. You know what I mean?
was there any? Because are there any people from Nashville that are like, yo, you guys are appropriating the Nashville chicken culture.
Well, a little, like a very slight amount, actually.
I feel like you guys might have some haters. Like,
you know what's funny is when I look at our IG, because I handle the IG, there is an overwhelming amount of people that are like, "Why are you guys not in Nashville? Like, we want you guys in Nashville." Because I think what happens is if you're young and you're growing up in Nashville, there's a lot of Nashville hot chicken places, right?
Of course.
But you grow up on it, so it's nothing new to you.
Well,
right?
I also feel like there's an LA style of hot chicken.
Exactly.
That you guys kind of like. I feel like there's Nashville hot chicken, but then there's like LA hot chicken.
Yeah, like LA Nashville hot chicken.
It's like its own. It's like its own subgenre. It's almost like
we just to talk about.
If you think of like Mexican food, there's like styles of Mexican food.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if you go to Texas, it's not going to be the same as if you go to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of the young people over there, some of the older people might be like, and
right.
Some of the people also competition here might be like, but. The people over there are like, dude, we want it. Like, this is young. This is cool. We're not used to a hot chicken brand like this.
Right.
Like, we want to try it out here.
Yeah, I mean, there's other. I think. I mean, I've had a bunch of that. I try. If I see a hot chicken place, my kid makes me try it. It's all like he's like, yo, let's try it. And there's been some terrible places. There's been some decent places as well. But for you guys, how many locations are we at now?
105.
105.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys started this in a parking lot 5 years ago.
With $900.
And it's a franchise model?
Yeah.
105. How many states are we in?
I would say maybe like 40% of the states. I know we're in New York. We're in Texas.
Florida.
Illinois, Florida.
Wisconsin.
Canada,
Dubai.
We're in Dubai.
You guys are in Dubai?
Yeah, we have 2 stores in Dubai, one in Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar,
yeah. We're pretty out there, man. We have a really good team. So I think, what happened is, obviously after we realized the brand is really big in the pop-up, we started saving our money. Our third founder's older brother, who was, he was a pretty chill businessman at the time. He's like, look, I'll invest with you guys. I'll kind of come in as like an older person to help you guys out a little bit, and we could make this a storefront. So we kind of, invested our money with him. We made it a storefront, which also blew up. I mean, the store was obviously bigger than the pop-up because now we had room to like cook.
Was like already there too.
Yeah, exactly, right. So
like
7 or 6 months into that, after seeing that there's a lot of copycat brands, there's a lot of just chicken brands in general.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, you start to realize like it's not about who has the best food anymore, right? Like the best food is like you gotta have the best.
It's
food.
also subjective.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like all right, some people love Dave, some people love something else, but the brand that can really take this nationwide and be the first brand to take hot chicken into every other state and do it right and do it in a consistent way, that's the brand that's going to win this. So we kind of from there started looking into like partnering up with people that had done it before, right? And we met this guy named John Davis and Bill Phelps, and John Davis is a Hollywood producer, really big, invests in a lot of like different brands. He invested in Wetzel's Pretzels and Blaze Pizza and things like that. And Bill was the founder of Wetzel's and then one of the main investors of Blaze. So these guys had done it before.
They've done the franchise thing. They've grown restaurants. They've scaled them.
Yeah. And, there's a lot of people that have done that, but also we had like really dope chemistry with these guys. Right. I mean, we felt like they were our friends.
Important.
Yeah, we felt like we'd known them our whole lives. Right. So when we partnered up with them, that's when it really
took off.
It really took off, yeah, because they brought in the people necessary to grow the brand. They brought in the operations people necessary to keep the food consistency. They bring in experienced franchisees where you're not just selling to anybody. You're selling to big groups that have an infrastructure and they have a lot of different restaurants already, and they're going to expand in their territory really fast, really efficiently, right? That's how you can have such a big growth, but yet maintain and not open 100 stores, but then close 40 a month later. Yeah. So we're continuing to go. I think we have 700 units committed to. So we have 700 stores sold. So by the end of in a few years there'll be 700 Dave's Hot Chickens once all communities are filled.
If I'm an entrepreneur and I'm like, I want to open a Dave's Hot Chicken. How much money do I need?
It's funny. We look at like the experience you have, and
it's less about the money.
Because sometimes you'll see like you could get a Burger King, but you need like $750,000 liquid or $1 million.
Yeah. It's an interesting process, man. So the first thing we would look at is what territory you're looking to buy, right?
Okay.
So let's say you're looking to buy Texas.
Okay.
We'll be like, well, where in Texas? And what experience do you have in that area in Texas? How many stores or restaurants do you currently run in Texas? What's your team like? What are your store average?
You got to
unit-
vet the people. It's not about the money because anybody can come to the table with money, but they might fuck your brand up.
Yeah, anybody has money, but if you're like, dude, I got like, I own a car mechanic shop and I got $1 billion on deck. You're like, yeah, but how are you going to run a restaurant? You have a car mechanic shop. It's not the same concept, right?
Have you guys had any issues yet with any of the 105 locations where like maybe the quality? Because sometimes with those franchises, you guys aren't as in control of like if the chicken gets made right.
Of course.
Have you guys had to like sit down and talk to somebody and be like, hey, look, guys, you guys,
I mean, in the expansion process,
there has to be some speed bumps, right?
Yeah, man, of course. There's always speed bumps, but I think, again, that's when it comes down to having a good enough team where you can,
spot it quickly.
Spot the problems quickly, have the communication to fix it quickly so that it doesn't spread and doesn't become a bigger problem, right? And again, have a team in place that can, even before the problems get there, can predetermine what the problems might be to kind of make sure that they don't happen. So it just, again, comes down to your team, because if you don't have the right team and you open 20 stores, it could be a cluster. You know what I mean? It could be all over the place. Whereas if you have a really disciplined, experienced team, 100 stores is kind of just like, it's easy to run. It's like a well-oiled machine.
Has anybody online figured out your recipe yet?
No.
I think Dave's the only.
I get chefs telling me like, man, that thing is impossible to like recreate. I'm like,
no, because like you'll see like people be like, this is how you make Dave's sauce. Or, have you seen those TikToks or any of that stuff on YouTube?
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah. But they never get it right?
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, it took you 5 months to come up with a...
Yeah.
And I think the chances of getting that spice mix recipe right, because there's so many like different grams in there. So there's like 50 grams of cayenne. So even if you mess up 1 to 2 grams, it's not going to taste the same.
We had a challenge at my house in December where we got the really hot one, the most hot.
The Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
The Reaper. So my son bought like 5 of them, and everybody had to take a bite, and he's the only one who finished one. And that shit is
ridiculous, right?
Uncomfortably.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers be eating that shit.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
They go through it, bro. It messed my stomach up for a while.
Yeah.
Man. I can't go above medium now.
No, I love the medium's where I'm at. That's my soft spot. Give me that medium. And I love the sauce. Has anyone gotten the sauce right?
Not that like.
Nah,
bro, the sauce is so good.
The sauce is hard to make, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really complex.
Yeah, but what's hilarious is we used to have these Armenian ladies that worked for us, and they one of them knew the sauce recipe.
She knew.
And when they left the job, every chicken spot was recruiting. Yeah, they were like contracting her.
She was selling the secret sauce.
Yeah, they're like 5-year deal. Come play with us.
And it's funny because it is kind of like an Armenian ran industry in LA.
That's hilarious.
I feel like most hot chicken places are Armenian owned.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Am I tripping?
You're not, man.
I don't think Howlin' Rays is, but I think most of the spots
it is.
are Armenian owned. I'm like,
Armenians are like, they're quick to
catch on.
Yeah,
man.
they're quick to jump on things. I mean, we're Armenian. We saw it quick. We jumped on it, right?
Yeah.
And, but
all of my favorite restaurants are, by the way, are Armenian owned. You guys got it figured out in the fucking valley.
I feel we're pretty good with food, man. We have a good palate. But I think another thing is like, when we got into it, there was almost like this genuine intention of like, let's create this really, really good food that we can serve to people and be proud of it, and join in on this trend, but not for the sake of the trend, just to like, because we love this food too, and we want to make our best version of it. Of course. And Dave being a chef, he was very passionate about it, right? Whereas, and not everybody, but a lot of other people
it's like a cash grab. It's like, this is what's hot.
They don't even put any effort. They just try to open
it's like, hot chicken's in. It's selling right now. Let's do it.
They got a line. What are they making? Hot chicken? Cool. Throw it on the menu. Right.
Hey, what up? It's Bootleg Kev here to stop the interview and tell you about Blue Chew. Yes. Do you have a dick? Does your husband have a dick? Maybe. Does your boyfriend got a dick? Does your wife have a dick? Who knows? It could be harder. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Blue Chew will get your dick real hard to kick off that new year. You know what I'm saying? If you want your dick harder than advanced trigonometry, senior year high school, then go to bluechew.com right now. Use the promo code BOOTLEG and get 1 month supply for free. That's right, free. All you got to do is pay $5 in shipping. They're going to deliver the Blue Chew right to your fucking door in discreet packaging. All right? Same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis in a chewable form, very discreet packaging, mailed to your house. You don't have to go to a doctor's appointment in person with anybody. You don't have to worry about embarrassing conversations with strangers about your fucking dick, bro. Nobody wants to talk about their dick with a stranger. I take that back. Lots of people like to talk about their dicks with strangers. If you're not that kind of guy or girl or them, all you got to do is go to Blue Chew right now and use the promo code Bootleg, and you're going to get it sent straight to your door. That's right. They also got the new mint chewable. That's the same active ingredients as Levitra. So there's a lot of options to get your dick right in the new year. It's 2023. Yeah? Your dick shouldn't be flaccid after a nice, long, stressful night. No, your dick should be ready. You don't want to be a victim of too much stress, too much anxiety, and then you look down and you can't stay hard. You imagine how fucking embarrassing that is? You get yourself a nice, lovely fucking young lady. You bring her to the place. You're nervous. Maybe she's a little out of your fucking league. And you start thinking too much. And that dick's not going to perform. It's not. It's not going to perform how you'd like it to. But you know how it will perform? If you're on that fucking Blue Chew, you're going to put in a fucking Luka Doncic 61-point fucking performance on that pussy, all right? So go to BlueChew.com right now. Use that promo code Bootleg. Let's get back to the interview. Is there anybody else's hot chicken that you've tried that you like?
I love Howlin' Ray's.
Yeah,
Howlin' Ray's. Yeah,
I can't lie. I love them, dude.
That's what I've heard. I want to try Howlin' Ray's because I've heard my boy Esdot, who's Armenian. You guys might know him.
Yeah, we do. He's the homie.
Yeah, great
He's cool
guy.
as hell.
Esdot's like, yo, you got to go to Howlin' Ray's.
Howlin's fire, yeah.
And I assumed it was Armenian owned because Esdot always puts me on those spots.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not Armenian owned, so you know it's good if I'm telling you.
It's like, if it's not Armenian owned, you like it, you know it's good. No, look, they're another one of those brands where like the guy is just genuinely loves food and he loves chicken. Yeah, he's a chef. He does it for the food, right? And you know that because he hasn't expanded like crazy. He loves the food.
Well, I think that's dope. You guys can acknowledge that too, you know?
Yeah, man. There's a lot, dude. We love chicken, man. You gotta love all kinds of chicken, and especially when we were working on the recipe, all we did is eat different chicken.
There used to be a tent right here on Vineland and Magnolia in the Walgreens parking lot, and their shit was solid. I don't know what happened to them.
Oh, that was my cousin. No, I'm just kidding. Might have been. I don't even know. It could have been.
Okay, so correct me. Drake is a part of like some of the locations, or is going to be a part of the locations, or
he's not part of the location. So what happened is
because I saw the headline about Drake getting involved with some Dave's Hot Chicken.
He has ownership in the entire brand, right?
So Drake owns a piece of Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah, a very small piece of Dave's Hot Chicken, and he's also like a spokesman for the brand. So he'll help us with like different promotions that we do. For his birthday, we linked up with him and we gave out like free sandwiches to everybody that came to the store.
How did that happen? He's just a fan. He's in LA. He loves the chicken.
Yeah, man. He loves the chicken, and he's a super dope guy, and he's an amazing person. And after hearing about the story, I think he just wanted to kind of be a part of the brand and help out any way he can. So it's been super cool, man. And
Drake calls, you answer.
He calls, I answer.
You gotta be like, how can we get you involved, man?
Oh, yeah. It's like, what up, Drake? Let's get you involved.
No, I'm saying, if Drake reaches out, it's like he's the biggest fucking artist. You gotta get him involved.
Yeah, like it was kind of like surreal to us to even hear that was a possibility, right? Where somebody's like, because imagine if you're in the parking lot with $900 and somebody comes up to you, and they're like, hey, 2 or 3 years from now, Drake's gonna offer to be a part of your company. You're gonna be like, all right, dude, like order your food and get out. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna believe them, but it's wild.
I mean, look, you guys are definitely on your way to being like the next big franchise. 700 locations already in the works.
Yeah, I think they said we're one of the fastest growing chains in like
US
in America.
history.
Yeah,
the food is amazing. Well, no, I mean it's been 5 years since you were in a parking lot.
Yeah,
and that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought you guys were at least around I was like, oh, maybe it was like a LA thing for like 10 years, and now it's finally like 5 years, dude.
Yeah, dude. It
happened overnight.
Yeah, it was like an overnight thing. Sometimes it's still surreal to us, I think the company-wide, there's like 3,000 or 4,000 employees we have, and
What would be some of the business side of this that you've kind of, because anytime you scale that fast, you go through like a learning curve.
Of course.
You fuck up, you adjust, you get it together. What are some of the things that you learned on for anybody who's an up and coming business person or an up and coming restaurant owner? what are some of the things that you kind of had to learn on the fly, or some of the mistakes that you made that you guys kind of,
you want to go first?
You guys can kind of share to kind of, because a lot of people might be watching this who have a food truck.
Yeah.
Who might want to scale and get a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I mean, I would definitely say partners are very important. You know, I think a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start a business, they're afraid to bring in other partners because there's this fear that somebody's going to come over and take over your business and you're going to lose percentage and things like that. I think what we found is you need to find somebody that you trust, somebody that's experienced in the line of work you're in. And you need to be able to let people help you grow your brand, right? So there was this interesting saying is like, would you rather have 100% of a grape or, 50% of a watermelon?
For sure, sure.
Right? So for me, the most important lesson has been bringing in the right partners, people you have good chemistry with, people you can grow the company with, people that have the same goals as you, right? Because you can bring in partners that have different goals, and that's going to mess everything up. So for me, the biggest thing is, as a business owner, it's okay to bring in partners. It's okay to partner up with people that are big in the line of work you're in that can help you out.
Yeah, I think that's something, like you said, I think that's some pride shit. I think at times, especially in the music industry, people are always like, it's like, dude, partnering with the right people, if you can make $1 billion, but it's like most people would rather make $1 million and say they own their everything than make like 500 million and say
it's
that.
Interesting.
It's like,
dude, to me, it's like, and there's just like things like, oh yeah, well they want to work with you to make money, but it's like, well, that's obvious, dude. This is business. People are in business to make money. People get into business with you to make money. If you're gonna be at that mindset, well, like, yeah, people just want to make. Well, obviously, dude. But the thing is, you want to make money together, right? You partner up and you
gotta
make
help
money.
each other.
Yeah, man. It has to be.
You gotta bring in expertise that like I can't do. Personally.
Yeah, I think that franchise model is like a whole
together.
that's a whole new world. That's like a world that I'm sure is like.
Yeah, man. Because it's. I mean, because there's this thing about it is like, right, when you're. Like, you feel this sense of ownership to the brand because you're a founder, you started it, right? And then a franchisee is a person that believed in your brand enough to, we're doing 10 store deals minimum. By the time they invest in these 10 stores, each store is a, let's say $700,000 build out.
So anybody who wants to start with y'all, they got to commit to 10.
It's about a 10 store commitment, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So they need to be experienced enough to handle those 10 stores, right?
Yeah.
And by the time they open those 10 stores, they've invested so much money into your brand that now they feel a sense of ownership, where they also feel like, hey, this is my idea. I feel like you guys should do this. So you also have to find, again, this balance of, this is not just my brand anymore. I have franchisees that have invested as much time and money as I have into this brand.
It's their brand too.
Yeah, and
they own 10 locations.
Yeah, and I have to respect their opinion because they're also living off of this brand. So if I don't listen to what they have to say, and I just run it however we want, and they're not happy, it's not going to keep expanding, right? So it's all like this balancing act. It's all about like, understanding the people around you and making sure like everybody can win.
Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our family at Hardin. That's right, Hardin Las Vegas, the craziest dispensary in the world, the #1 dispensary in the United States, let alone in Las Vegas, all right? Maybe you're hitting Vegas with your friends, your girlfriends, whatever. Maybe it's a bachelor party. Whatever's going on, you're going to go watch the Raiders suck cock. Whatever it is, make sure you pull up to Hardin Las Vegas. Tell them I sent you. They got the craziest selection of premium cannabis I've ever seen in my fucking life. The pre-rolls, the cartridges, the edibles, the flower, all top notch. All the best. The bud tenders are so friendly. It smells great. It smells so good inside of Hardin that they have their own Hardin signature scent candle. See, I sniffed that and I just think of Las Vegas and picking up some amazing weed. All right, so go follow them right now. Hardin_Las Vegas. Shoot them a follow. Get all the details you need. We can get you some of this fly-ass Hardin merch at HardinLasVegas.com. Shout out to our family in Vegas. I'm excited too because coming up, we're going to be doing our very first podcast from Hardin in Vegas with Young Gravy. Oh yeah, it's going down. All right, let's get back to the interview. Who's been, outside of Drake, obviously, who you think is like your guys' like most famous fan? Drake aside, because we know Drake's an owner now. But like, who do you guys know is just always just getting chicken?
Well,
whether it's delivered to the studio or an athlete or.
We have a lot of actually a couple of our investors are Samuel L. Jackson's one of our investors also. So Samuel L. Jackson owns a little bit also of Dave's Hot Chicken.
So it's Dave's Hot motherfucking chicken.
I keep saying he needs to make our training videos. Just come up here like he's like, I want these motherfucking tenders. But Michael Strahan is another one of our investors. Maria Shriver.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of people. And then on the customer side, I mean, dude, the amount of people we've seen come to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Everybody's
right?
Yeah. It's blown us away, dude. Like Eddie Murphy's and like people just like people that we grew up idolizing, and we're like, dude, are they really at Dave's right now? Yeah. Or are they really posting?
How does Samuel L. Jackson get involved? Just being a fan?
Through Bill, like again, we when we brought in Bill and John, they kind of had this network of people that I'd worked with.
They could pull from,
yeah, people that trusted them because they'd already done this twice, right? So for them, it was just easy to reach out and be like, hey, we think this is a great concept, so we think you guys should be involved. Right. And on top of that, they see the brand and a lot. And the cool thing about Dave's is they didn't need to do a lot of convincing because most people were like,
they were fans.
yeah, they're like, we know this brand, yeah, I'm in,
Yeah.
So it was really cool for us. So.
Now, when you guys see there's a company like Raising Cane's, right? Who's been doing this for a long time as well.
Yeah.
They've been expanding like crazy. Do you guys try to because sometimes you guys are in the same industry. You guys are both selling chicken, different types of chicken.
Yeah.
But Raising Cane's is going crazy. Dave's Hot Chicken is going crazy. Do you guys ever try to like reach out to the owner of that company is super cool. I always see him doing interviews and shit.
I haven't seen him.
I haven't met him.
You know what, man? I wouldn't mind at all, man, because
if you guys did a fucking Raising Cane's Dave's collab sandwich and it was at both locations.
Raisin Dave's.
Oh my God.
Raisin
it would
Dave's.
melt the fucking food world.
Hey, if you're watching this, let's make it happen. Raisin Dave's.
That would be insane.
That would go, dude. Like I love all chicken and I love all chicken brands, and we heard this really cool saying. The owner of Hotville, another chicken brand, told us this one time. They said there's millions of people in the world, and all of them eat 2 to 3 times a day. So you should never feel like competition with another restaurant.
Of
because
course.
there's so many mouths to feed. It's not like if they eat they might eat at one place early in the morning and eat at yours in the middle of the day. So you know what I mean. So to us, there's not really like, oh, that's our competition, and you love all of them. I love Raising Cane's. I eat it when I see it, and. So
both of y'all blowing the fuck up for sure.
Yeah, and they're much older than us too.
For sure, they've been around a long time.
Yeah, dude, they're in their I think 30. They've been a while.
I lived in Vegas in 2010 and they were there, so they've been around forever.
Yeah,
you guys are growing at a rate
which is crazy because we're a young brand, and to even be compared with some of these like older brands that have been around for so long is flattering to us, dude.
You guys are in some cool cities, but what is a city that you guys like want to be in, or a place or a country that you think would be kind of cool?
Dave,
Probably Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Yeah. Dave's been saying Tokyo since we were cooking at his house. He's like, I wish one day we could be in Tokyo.
Yeah. That'd be a fly ass location.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, we need to find a good franchise.
What about Armenia?
Armenia's amazing. We had an opportunity. We had a person that was interested in franchising in Armenia, but I might wait on that one a little longer, towards the end of the story, finish it off in Armenia.
Yeah,
Tokyo would be fly as fuck, though.
Tokyo would be great.
Tokyo, just everywhere, bro.
So what do you, now that the business is booming, you guys got partners, what is your guys' like daily or weekly like you probably have a lot, I mean, I don't know how busy you are, but what are you guys into besides fucking printing money and making chicken?
Chill. I mean,
we like to chill.
Yeah, I still work for I have the CBO position, so I work for the corporate company still.
So you're still very active.
Yeah, and we still have 10 of our own stores. So Dave runs like a lot of our stores with Gary.
Is the Languisham store yours?
Yeah, that's our store.
That's our spot.
Yeah, and Sherman Glendale is also ours. So they have a lot of stores to run, and I oversee a lot of the branding stuff, marketing, anything that's like visual. Deal with a lot of franchisees. So my day-to-day stuff, I still do a lot of stuff. But when I have free time, I like to golf and
Yeah. What about you?
Classic stuff.
Would you guys do a second restaurant concept?
Yeah, we're
working on it. Man.
Yeah, we're plotting it out. Not a restaurant. Closer. We're cooking something up.
Something's coming.
We're cooking something up.
Something. Yeah.
It's in the process.
Are you coming up with the recipe?
Yeah.
Together, bro.
Same thing.
Shit.
We're always
Same cooks in the kitchen, different concept. So we'll see how.
So
it
there'll be
goes.
a new concept coming soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. Once again, so because Dave's it's so big and it's blowing up so fast, it still requires like a lot of attention.
course,
right?
of
So
course.
you don't want to like leave this amazing concept and go do something else quite yet. But you keep it on the back burner, you develop it, and then when the time is right, you just whip it out.
just open it.
Hey, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our family at Odd Socks. That's right, the most comfortable socks in the motherfucking world. Go to oddsocksofficial.com right now. Use that promo code BOOTLEG, and you'll save 20% off. Christmas time is a-coming. And let me tell you something. Their Black Friday sale, if you're watching this before Black Friday, you might be watching it after Black Friday. But if Black Friday hasn't came yet, just like Cyrus hasn't came yet, it's been a while, he's on a drought. Guess what? Oddsocksofficial.com, promo code BOOTLEG, 20% off, plus whatever the fuck else is going on with their Black Friday sale. And let me tell you, they got some new licenses we got to talk about, boys. My particular favorites. One of the greatest shows of all time. They got the Beavis and Buttheads. You know what I mean? And this is really a big deal. The Big Lebowski. That's right, the greatest movie to ever exist. And shout out to all you rappers and people who be pouring your lean into this bullshit. Some Mountain Dew Baja Blast socks. Casino, great fucking movie. You know what I mean? These are pretty fly. Bubblicious. Yeah, that's right. A little Bubblicious. And this is the big one. Big deal here. We got Coca-Cola socks, baby. That's right. Coke's on board. Coke is on board. You know what I mean? We get to put the Coke hat on. Well, this hat doesn't work for me, does it? Doesn't work for me. Anyway, you could get you this hat, though. Hey, Cyrus, take a Coke hat. There you go. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BOOTLEG right now. Save 20% off. And go purge their website for Black Friday. Get gifts for your family. Your fucking family will love you if you buy them the most comfortable socks in the world. It's that simple. Or you could buy them some fucking bullshit socks. You could go buy them some garbage-ass fucking Ethica or some bullshit-ass fucking Nike socks. Fuck them. Get Odd Socks. Let's get back to the interview. What's your favorite thing to cook at home?
At home, to be honest, bro, I don't really cook too much at home. All my cooking was done in like when I was working in restaurants. But
So let's say are you married?
yeah,
Okay, so let's say your wife is like, babe, I need you to cook dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I need you to, it's our anniversary, but I want you to cook. What are you cooking?
bro, I like barbecue, like Armenian barbecue, or like steak or something.
Of course.
like that.
Okay.
So I have a fire pit in my backyard. I'll just start the fire and then.
So you grill on the fire pit.
Yeah. Just
What kind?
steak
Like, do you
or
got
some
like
fish.
you got like one of those wood pellet grills?
No, it's just I have.
You have like an actual pit.
Yeah, no, it's more like just like a bowl, and then I put like wood, my own wood in there, and then I just let the fire cool down, and then just cook over it.
What's he best at cooking outside of chicken?
Dude, this guy can cook anything, man.
Yeah.
This guy makes some dope steaks for sure.
Yeah.
We used to have Thanksgivings at his house and potato salad. This guy makes a bomb potato salad. Dude. We made potato salad for our partner one time, John Davis, like 3.5-4 years ago. And every time he sees us,
He's like, potato salad.
He's like, we got to get that potato salad on the menu.
What's been the crazy, because now you guys have come into some real money, very successful. What has been each one of your guys' most outlandish random purchase? Is it a car? Is it a fucking comic book? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty disciplined, man. We don't run too crazy with money. I buy a couple sport cars. That's what I like. I like sport cars. So I go with sport cars. Dave,
I don't know. I just bought like a crazy off-road car.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, it's a Toyota Tacoma, but like
you got the tricked out TRD Pro?
I tricked it out. Yeah. I got a tent on top. Like.
Well, you know
all
those
of it.
Tacomas, you could customize something quick.
Yeah.
I think it's like the most customizable car.
Yep.
Yeah, and what we do is we get into very random hobbies
Right.
every now and then, and just
So you
go
like to
ham with
off-road?
them.
Off-road,
Yeah,
we go snowboarding,
Yeah,
skiing, like
we'll get
everything,
into
bro.
fishing. We'll get into some crazy stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a tricked out Toyota as well?
nah, man, I had a tricked out AMG GTR that was pretty badass, and then it got rear-ended. So I'm shopping for something new right now. Yeah, dude, crazy. I love that car.
Well, look, man, you guys are killing it. I love the chicken. I look forward to buying more of it.
Thank you, man. That's great.
Us
for
too.
us.
Us too.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, us too. Especially because you go to the location that's always over here. Yeah, the chicken is great, man. I love what y'all are doing, and I think it's dope. Just like a 5-year. I mean, look, it's about what month in 17 was it?
In May.
May.
So coming up on 6 years.
Yeah.
So
true.
you guys have had a hell of a come up, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, man. It's been cool, man. We're still in the working process. You know, it's still have a lot of work to do. So we're trying not to chill out yet. You know what I mean? We're trying to stay in work mode.
Chances are, if you're in a city and you're watching this, you can go buy some Dave's Hot Chicken soon, even if it's
definitely.
not there yet.
It'll get there.
Nashville coming soon?
Let's hope, man. I'd love it.
That'd be crazy. A little Tennessee?
I'd love it.
Yeah. There it is, boys. Dave's Hot Chicken. Appreciate you
man.
guys for pulling up, man.
Thank
All
you
right,
for having
man.
us.
Thanks
Yes,
for having
sir.
us.